QST, QST, QST. The purpose of this net is to check DMR capabilities, promote amateur radio activities, and just talk story. Please leave long pauses between transmissions so others may leave or join the talk group. I will be calling for check-ins via zones designated by the number in your call sign. When checking in, please give your call sign with standard ITU phonetics, your name and location. For example, Whiskey Hotel 6, Foxtrot Uniform Whiskey, Julie in Ocean View, Hawaii. If you do not wish to take a turn, please let me know by stating either in and out or no traffic. With that being said, I'm going to start taking check-ins for the 3102 net from zones 0 and 1. If you have a 0 or 1 in your call sign, you'd like to join the net, please call now.
This is November 1, Delta Mike Sierra, David, Jackson, Maine. Aloha. This is W1WJB, Wally. Rhode Island, I'm going to be in and out tonight, no traffic. Back to that. Good night.
Okay, Net Control would like to recognize N1 DMS, David in Maine, and W1WJB, Wally in Rhode Island. Aloha, David. Aloha, Wally. And thanks for checking in, Wally. I understand you're in and out. With that, we're going to move on over to 2s and 3s. If you have a 2 or 3 in your call sign, you'd like to join the 3102 net, please call now. Okay, nothing hurt. We're going to move on to 4s and 5s. If you have a 4 or 5 in your call sign, you'd like to join the 3102 net, please call WH6 FUW now.
Kilowatt 4 United India, Rick in Kentucky.
This is Whiskey 4, India Romeo Tango, W4 IRT, Tracy, in Murray, Kentucky.
Kilo Oscar 4, Quebec Zulu Alpha, KL4QZA. This is Dave in Murray, Kentucky. KN4 RGB, Kilo November 4, Romeo Golf Bravo, Stewart, Kentucky.
And Whiskey 4, Oscar Papa Alpha, W4OPA, Larry, Clackamas, Oregon.
Okay, Net Control would like to recognize K4UI, Rick in Kentucky, W4IRT, Tracy in Kentucky, KO4QZA, Dave in Kentucky, KN4RGB, Stuart in Kentucky, and W4OPA, Larry in Oregon. I also saw a key up from KD4LZL. Sully, are you out there, sir?
Yes, I am. Put me on the list. Thank you.
You got it. Thank you, gentlemen, all of you, for joining us tonight. And with that, we're going to move on over to 6 and 7s. If you have a 6 or a 7 in your call sign you'd like to join the 31002 net, please call now.
K5H, Kilo Alpha 5 Hotel, Pole, New Mexico. I tripled and no traffic.
This is Whiskey Hotel 6, Foxtrot from Yankee. Shannon, Ashby, Hawaii, and I'll be in and out. Thanks for your night, come on.
Whiskey Hotel 6, Delta Zulu Hotel, Weezy and Ocean View, and I will be in and out as well. Thanks for taking the net.
Okay, Net Control would like to recognize KA5H, Paul in New Mexico. Aloha, Paul. Thanks for joining us tonight. I have you as in and out. And WH6FUY, Shannon in Ocean View. WH6DZH, Windy in Ocean View. Both ladies in and out. And I'm relaying in WHDYI, who is up to his eyeballs in the pie project. Hi. So with that, I'm going to move on to 8s and 9s. If you have an 8 or a 9 in your call sign you'd like to join the 31002 net, please call now.
This is Hotel Bravo 9 Echo Zulu Whiskey, HB9ECW. Aloha, y'all. November 9, November Juliet Sierra. Lee in Illinois, near but not in Chicago. I'll be here for the duration tonight, Julie. And aloha to the group. Whiskey 8 Kilo Delta Zulu, Mike in Warren, Ohio. I'll be in and out. Aloha to everyone as well. W8KDZ, Whiskey 8, Kilo Delta Zulu, Mike and Warren.
Okay, Net Control would like to recognize HB9 EZW, Simon in Switzerland, N9 NJS Lee in Illinois, who is joining us this evening. Thank you so very much, Lee. And W8KBZ, Mike in Ohio, and W9CPD, Milo, who will be in and out this evening. Thank you, gentlemen, all of you, for joining us. And that takes us to the end of the numbers. But I'm going to stand by one more time for anybody else anywhere in the world that would like to join the 31002 net. Please call WH6FUW now.
This is Kilo Charlie 3, Quebec, India, Juliet, KC3, QIJ, Mechanicsburg, Pennsylvania. I'll be in and out.
Okay, Net Control would like to recognize KC3QIJ, Robert in Pennsylvania. Thanks for joining us, and I have you checked as in and out. Anybody else before we get started that would like to join the 31002 net, please call now. Okay, nothing heard. We're going to go right up to the top of the list with N1 DMS, David in Jackman, Maine. Go ahead, David, and take a turn, please, sir.
Thank you, Julie. Aloha to you and everybody else on the net. Not much to report weather-wise. Had a pretty good day today. Sun in and out. I think the biggest news is the gas prices, which are, well, they've reached $4.49 up here in Maine. Well, in Jackman anyways. According to AAA, the average is $4.21, $4.25. But I guess they forgot about us up here near the border. Anyways, like I said, not much going on, and everybody's doing good. I'll turn it back over to Net Control. I'll be here for round two. And when DMS back to Net Control.
All right, David, fine business. Well, you know what? That still sounds cheap to me because ours went from $4.84 overnight to $4.99, and 2 days later, pretty much static all around the island, $5.04 for regular. You can pay all the way up to $5.79 for diesel if you aren't paying attention. So, yep, up she still goes. And with that, we're going to move on over to Kentucky and Rick, K4UI. Aloha, Rick. Go ahead and take a turn, please.
K4UI, aloha, Julie, and their net. Well, I can't complain, man. Our gas price is just $3.99, so we're on the low end here. But it jumped up a whole lot, and I figure it's going to even. We'll have your gas prices by silver as the way it's looking. But everything's doing pretty good if the weather ever cooperates. One day it's 70, now they're hollering for snow for the weekend. So now that's March in Kentucky. Not much really going on. This is back to our routine at work, and I get this weekend off, which is going to be cold. So guess I'll just have to sit in the house and play radio or whatever few things that got to be done there. So that's about it for this round. So back to that there, Julie. Back to you from K4UI.
All right, Rick. Well, thank you very much. Yeah, springtime is kind of fickle, isn't it? I know in certain places you can still get snow. It was like that in Washington. We would sometimes get late snows, and you were just getting ready for spring and summer, and then here it comes again. And with that, we are going to move on over to W4IRT, Tracy, who is also in Kentucky. And I have to say, Tracy, thank you so very much for the coffee and donut the other morning. I enjoyed it very much.
Well, hello, Julie, and everyone on the net tonight. Yeah, that coffee and donuts it was delicious. I have to admit, I only had one. We all kind of kept each other accountable, but it was a great turnout, and they raised $85,000 for the Special Olympics here in Western Kentucky. So I think that was a great cause as well. Of course, it was the polar plunge. The donuts didn't make that happen. Not a whole lot going on. The weather has been beautiful, as Rick said. They're calling it snow. This Friday, the temperature is supposed to, I think, to have about a 35 or 40 degree swing in the temperature. So, and I might be off on that as well, but we're definitely going to get some snow from what they're telling us. Enjoying the longer days before the sun sets, and the deer were out grazing this afternoon on my way home. So good, things are good. W4IRT, Net Control.
All right, Tracy, thank you very much for all of that. And wow, 85,000, that is great. That's super. That's a lot for a group, and I know it's very, very worthy. So thanks for being a part of it, even if it was coffee and donuts. Every little bit keeps that gear moving. So with that, we are going to keep moving, and we are going to stay in Kentucky with Dave, KO4QZA. Aloha, Dave. Go ahead and take a turn, please.
Aloha, Julie, and the rest of the net. As you heard from the last two guys from Kentucky, it's like our weather people down here. We all have different opinions on what the weather's like, but it seems here it's like 2 days of spring, 2 days of winter, 2 days of spring, 2 days of winter. But here nor there, we're getting closer to spring. I started getting some plants in started some basil plants and such for the spring, and besides that, everything's well. The price of gas, what are you going to do? I mean, we got to live with it. We don't have the control I wish we did, but it is what it is. And with that, back to you, Julie, at Net Control.
You hit it on the nose. It is what it is, and there's not much we can do. I'm feeling really kind of in sympathy with people here because we are off grid, most of us, but some people run generators, and they run generators full time for their household electricity, and I cannot even imagine what it's costing them nowadays to run that generator full time. So, yep, but like you said, it is what it is, and we will just keep plugging on, and it'll be fascinating to see just how high it can go. And with that, we're going to still continue to stay in Kentucky and move on over to Stuart, KN4RGB. Aloha, Stuart. Go ahead and take a turn, please.
Good evening, Julie, and the rest of the net. Well, I've just been, again, playing with the radios, working on my antennas, and while I was up in the attic, I decided after 30 years I need to start cleaning up. So I've been cleaning up old boxes and old papers, and it's going to take a long time to finish that. And then my wife and I were starting to work outside, but like the other guys said, Friday night, Saturday morning, we're supposed to get 2 to 3 inches of snow, and the wind chill's supposed to get down to 7 degrees. So, yeah, it's hot and cold here. So I'll be around for the second round. Back to you, Net Control.
All right, Stuart. Well, thank you very much for that. Yeah, I remember having to wait until the last freeze in order to put certain things in the ground. Here in Hawaii, it's different. Even like broccoli plants, they grow forever, never, never. They never die in the winter because it never gets cold enough. And on the plant line, I just wanted to tell everybody, you've seen pictures of my orchids before. This year is the first year in, I think it's been 10 years, my vanilla orchids are blooming, and they have to be pollinated by hand. So far, I don't think I've done it right, but we're still working on it. And with that, we are going to zen our way over to the Pacific Northwest with W4OPA. Aloha, Larry. Go ahead and take a turn, please.
Well, good afternoon, Julie, and to the net. Yes, the midweek Zen moment. Take it in stride. Although nice weather broke out today, and I was getting pressure from the neighbors to join in the neighborhood mow the front yard for the first time in the season. So I had to do that. Just came in a little while ago and fired things up here right at the top of the hour. So we're enjoying a little break in nice weather, and I'm getting goosebumps hearing all of the snow and chilly reports. I'm hoping we're done with it here, but I'm not going to de-winterize the motorhome quite yet. I'm going to wait a couple more weeks. Tomorrow's a travel day for Diane and I. We're going to join a friend of ours. He's also a ham coming down from Alaska, AL6 type, and he's going to settle in at Tri-Cities area there in Washington side of the Columbia River. So we're going to attack the Columbia Gorge with vigor and excitement and catch up with him. Known him for about 20 some years, and he's finally retiring from the Air Force. So we followed each other to Virginia and Okinawa, and it's just kind of funny how the Marine Corps and the Air Force kind of intertwine. But anyway, we're looking forward to that, and I'm going to try to get him onto DMR. So I'm taking up a loaner HT with me. Okay, back to net, and hope everybody's doing well. We'll be around for a second round at W4OPA.
All right, Larry. Well, fine business. Someone closer again, because it's really hard to drive to Alaska. I know. Hi. I know it's possible, but it's very difficult. And yeah, get him on DMR. We will be interested in hearing his call sign in the next few weeks. And you, Diane, just be sure you travel safely. I know you do, but just be extra careful, safe out there. And with that, we are going to move over to Georgia. And KD4LZL. Aloha, Sully. Go ahead and take a turn, please, sir.
Well, aloha, Julie and Ned. Good to be here as always. And the weather's been kind of bad for us here lately. Since last Friday, we've had rain every day, except for today. So it's cleared up today, so that's good. And gas prices, well, you know, a little over 2 weeks ago, we were $3.11, and basically it's gone up every day since then. And today we're up to $4.59. That's all the time. Of course, the news media says that's the highest we've ever paid. So I think we can break that record tomorrow. We'll see anyway. And with that, Julie, I'll let it go back to you and catch you on next go round. KD4LZL.
All right, Sully. Well, thank you very much. Yeah, you ever get the idea that it's just going to keep going up till we all match somewhere? Hi. I hope not, because ours has always been higher than you guys. I don't think we've seen. I don't think we've seen under $3.50 in probably maybe 8-9 years. So yeah, it's just always. Of course, we have to bring everything in here. So it's shipping. And with that, we are going to travel halfway around the world to Switzerland. And Simon, HB9 EZW. Aloha, Simon. Go ahead and take a turn, please.
WH6SUW in the net, there's HB9ECW. Well, hello everybody. Not too much going on here. I had more or less quite a lazy day. Temperatures are up to the 80s and now dropped down to 34 degrees. We had a few scattered clouds. And regarding the gas prices, last time I checked, we had 2 francs a liter for unleaded fuel, and 2 francs and 12 reps or pennies, or how you would pronounce it, per liters for diesel. But they're rising also here. That's the first time I even can remember we had prices over 2 Swiss francs a liter. But yeah, we will see. That's it for the first round. Passing back to next up, H6SUW, HB9ECW.
All right, Simon. Well, thank you very much for that. And I wrote the figures down. I'm gonna have to do some conversion. Because that's not something I can do in my head. And with that, we are going to move on over to Illinois and Lee, N9NJS. Aloha, Lee. Please go ahead and take a turn.
And aloha right back at you, Miss Julie and the group. Yeah, we decided to stick around a little bit here today and see who was all out and about. Just kind of watching the news update on gas prices.
here in northern Illinois. Of course, keep in mind we do have a pretty good gas tax here in the state, but regular unleaded is $4.59.9. You might as well say $4.60, and premium is $5.30, which is what we have to put in ours because we have a supercharger in the car, and it does not like low octane fuel. But other than that, everybody's sounding good. We're still getting used to the new radio. I guess we've had it running now for about a week. Hasn't broke yet, thank goodness. And it's always good to hear the group on a Wednesday evening. Thank you, Miss Julie, for all you do, and I'll be done after this one. And I'm in J.S., Northern Illinois. Aloha in 73.
All right, Lee. Well, thank you very much for that. And you know, some cars do require. We have a truck that prefers E-free, so we like to give them what they prefer. Hi. And thanks for joining us, Lee. And Anya, the radio's a week old and it hasn't broke yet. I know what you mean, though. Sometimes things just aren't as they seem, and if it works out, it works out well. I really appreciate you always being there, Lee, and thank you for everything. And thanks for joining us and letting us hear your voice tonight. And with that, we are going to move on over to Mike in Ohio, W8KDC. Aloha, Mike. Welcome back to the net. Go ahead and take a turn, please.
All right, this is Michael, W8KDZ. I am in cold. It got cold here in Ohio over the past couple of days, so we're back down into the 30s again. I mean, it seemed like it was just 75 last week. Oh, wait a minute, that wasn't seems, it was. Everybody's talking about the high cost of fuel around the world, and I guess here it's no different. It spiked from 375 to like 412-ish. And being a full-time Uber driver like I am, it's kind of hard to make a profit when gas gets that high. It really is. But other than that, that's all I have for this round. Aloha to everybody on the net, and back to you, Jolie.
All right, Mike. Thank you very much. Oh, yeah. Uber, taxi cab drivers. Yeah, I can't even imagine. Yeah, that would really cut into your profit there, and heaven only knows. And of course, if you raise your prices, then people start to complain. So, vicious cycle there. I just hope that it calms and you remain in business and are able to drive as far as you need to. Thanks again for joining us, Mike. And with that, we are at the bottom of the list first time around, so I'm going to stand by one more time for anybody anywhere in the world that would like to join the 31002 net. Please call WH6FUW now.
This is WB8SKP.
Okay, we picked up a couple more Kentucky people. We've got WB8SKP, who is Dennis in Murray, Kentucky, and KN4IRN Stephen, who is in Murray, Kentucky. And we will start by going to WB8SKP. Dennis, go ahead and take a turn, please, sir.
Thank you, Julie. Aloha to you and everybody else on the net. Maybe a special one to my friends here in Murray. It's first time on the net in quite a while. I've been having trouble with this handheld. I haven't been able to get anywhere with the darn thing. And checked things over. Can't seem to find anything wrong. Well, this evening I looked at my little hotspot and it needed to be rebooted. My gosh, it's working good again. Gotta check that out too. So, yeah, anyway, it's a nice day here today, and I guess we got a nice one tomorrow, as I think other people from this area mentioned. Looks like it's going to go sideways on us here from Friday through the weekend. So, my wife says she's not going to go anywhere Friday and Saturday, maybe even Sunday. And that's good, too, with the price of the fuel. that's about all we have. I'm glad I got the radio working again. Everybody's sounding very good over this way, Julie. Back to you. This is WB8SKP.
All right, Dennis. Well, I'm glad you got the radio working again. I was going to say, if you ever have trouble with radios, you might want to ask the next gentleman out because he seems to be able to drop them in the ponds and run over them with trucks and still make them work. Hi. So thanks again, Dennis, for joining us. And now we are going to move on over to KN4 IRN, Stephen in Kentucky. Aloha, Stephen. Go ahead and take a turn, please.
Aloha, Julie, and everyone else out on the net. Yep, I tend to be tough on stuff, but I've been lucky. I'll say that. And been messing around with this Pi-Star, and somehow I removed the login for our business location, and so I was late getting in this evening. But glad I got it all worked out and everything of that sort. Other than that, not a whole lot been going on. Everybody's pretty much hit the weather change and the upcoming potential for some snow, which I don't mind. I'll take a March snow as long as we got spring right around the corner. So that's about all I can think of now, but I'll stick around for the second round and maybe come up with something again before then. Turn it back over to you, Julie.
All right, Stephen, thank you very much for joining us. And yeah, I was going to tell Dennis that rebooting the hotspot there. My mom and dad have an Alexa, and I went to visit them this last weekend, and it was doing everything right except for it wouldn't play music, and they like to play music over it. And my brother and I were looking at each other, and I finally said, "Good Lord, just reboot the thing." And my dad said, "What does that mean?" And so my brother, of course, rebooted Alexa, and lo and behold, there was their music. And to my mom and dad, it was a miracle. Hi. So, yeah, good old remember to reboot every now and then. And with that, we are at the bottom of the list again first time around, so I'm going to stand by one more time. If anybody else would like to join us, please call WH6FUW now. Okay, nothing heard. We're going to move right back up to the top of the list with David again, N1 DMS. Aloha, David. Go ahead and take another turn, please.
Okay, Julie, hello again. And, not much else, but, as with every electronics, computers, etc., when all else fails, and I know this is supposed to be the ham radio mantra, when all else fails, amateur radio. Well, in this case, it's when all else fails, reboot. But, yeah, this Saturday and Sunday up here, they're talking about mountain snow, possibly 14 inches or so. But because it's in March, spring around the corner, it shouldn't, last too long. So, that's the good thing about late snow. And just want to send out my thoughts and prayers to everybody over in Ukraine. That's it's not very good what's going on over there, and I can't imagine what they're going through. With that, I got nothing else right now, so turn it back over to that control. Everybody have a great week. Stay safe, and DMS.
All right, David, thank you very much for that. And yeah, thoughts and prayers out to everybody in the world who's suffering right now, because I don't know about you folks, but I think about it, and I am darn lucky and darn blessed, and real happy to be alive. And I know there's a whole lot of people out there that don't take life as easily as I do. I don't say it's easy, but I don't know. I feel for everybody that has problems right now. And you're right. We should keep our thoughts and prayers with the whole entire world, in my opinion. So with that, we are going to move on over to Rick in Kentucky again. K4UI. Aloha, Rick. Go ahead and take another turn.
Oh, very fine, Julie. And aloha from K4UI. I kind of sit here and watching this story about a guy that had a pig's heart. Even though I'll be told this weekend, at least I won't have to go to work. So that's the plus. Don't know what me and David's going to do. Depends on if we get to 1 to 3 plus that they're hauling for. Might just have to hibernate the house. If not, maybe go out and do something Saturday. They get to really do much last weekend because I worked. So I missed the Ham Fest last weekend because I worked. So I'll try to make it up to her sometime or another for one of these weekends off. Everybody have a good week and hope to catch everybody Sunday evening on the other net. So.
All right, Rick. Well, you know what? With intentions like that, making it up to Debbie and doing something nice, I'm sure that you're going to have a very pleasant weekend. And I think she should be happy that you're just home, and you should be happy that you're just home, and curl up on the couch and watch a good movie. Hi, hi. And with that, we're going to move on over to Tracy again. W4IRT. Aloha, Tracy. Go ahead and take another turn.
Well, thanks, Julie. Not a whole lot to add, but just wish everybody a good rest of the week. We'll be next.
All right, Tracy. Well, thank you very much for that. And you have a great weekend. And let me just remind everybody that Tracy is indeed doing Sunday's Net. But that evening, the prior evening, Saturday night, I do believe you all change your clocks again. So do not forget to change your clock or you will be an hour off on the net. Hi, hi. And with that, we are going to move on over to Dave, KO4QZA. Go ahead, Dave. Take another turn, please, sir.
Hi again, Julie, interested in that. When we're talking about rebooting, a quick story. I was on a service call with an unnamed service provider, and after several times where she requested me to, unplug my, modem and wait 30 seconds, and this probably happened 3 times, and finally she said she really doesn't know what the problem is, and so I asked her. I said, why don't you try and plug in your modem for 30 seconds and plug back in and see if we get this fixed? So just kind of a funny story on getting back at them on what they do. But with that, everybody have a great week. And back to KO4QCA, back to Net Control, Julie.
Oh, that's classic, Dave. That's absolutely classic. And I wish sometimes I would have thought of that, but now I have it in my arsenal. Hi, hi. Thanks for joining us, Dave. Always great to hear you up. And with that, we're going to move on over to KN4RGB. Stuart, go ahead and take another turn, please.
Thank you, Julie. Not much more here.
this weekend, we're supposed to get Isabella again for her spring break, but because of the snow, I'm not sure if we're picking her up Saturday or Sunday. We're just going to have to wait and see. But we're looking forward to seeing her again. We haven't seen her since Christmas. That's about it here. 73s to everybody. Back to you, Net Control.
All right, Stuart, we'll find business, and be sure and give Bella, Shannon's, and my loves, and tell her we said hello. And hopefully maybe you can get her back up on the radio again to say, hey, to Shannon, maybe on Sunday if you pick her up then, or if you're around. So thanks for joining us, Stuart, as always, and thanks for being our number one in the month net controller. Always appreciated. And with that, we are going to Zen or Ohm, however you want to do it, our way back on over to the Pacific Northwest, W4OPA. Go ahead, Larry. Please take another turn.
Well, thanks again, Julie. Yeah, I forgot to mention our gas prices here. We're, for the most part, just under $5 a gallon throughout the greater Portland metro area. And I think closer you get to the inner core, it's a little bit above $5 a gallon. And well, just everybody is sounding great. Solid copy just on everyone this afternoon, so that's good news. Other than that, everybody stay safe and healthy. Bundle up. It's chilly on your in your weather report, and just be careful out there. Back to you, Julie. 7-3 for now, W4OPA. Here in Balmy, we'll take it. Balmy Northwest. I'm sure it's going to change in the next day or two.
All right, Larry. Well, yep, I know how it is in the Pacific Northwest. When you got them, you got to take them high, because it doesn't seem like it's all that often. Sometimes it seems like it's just rain. So at least the Seattle area was. Anyway, with that, we are going to move on over to Sully in Georgia, KD4 El Fidel. Aloha, Sully. Take another turn, please, sir.
Okay, well, good to hear about everybody's gas prices. We'll have to check in next week and see what happens going forward. And the weather we're getting like everybody else. Saturday night, the news media is telling us we've got an Arctic blast coming in Saturday night, and we have snow Sunday morning with temperatures at 16 degrees. But it's not supposed to last, so it's supposed to be gone Monday. So we'll have to wait and see. Hope it is. It's been kind of odd. It's hot, cold. Been freezing, so enough is enough. That's my motorcycle riding. And with that, I will catch you all Sunday, and good hearing everybody. And Julie, thank you for doing that. Great job as usual. Really appreciate it. And with that, we'll say stay safe. 73 to everyone. Talk to you later. 84 LZL.
All right, Sully. Well, thank you very much for that. And it's been cold, hot here too. It seems to be the trend this year in the weather. Who knows? Maybe it's that global warming or the whatever's happening with our weather. It's just going to be this way forever. Yeah. When you hear me say it snowed here at my location, that's when you know you have to worry. Hi. And with that, we are going to move on over half around the world to Simon, HP9 ECW. Go ahead and take another turn, please, Simon.
WH6 FUW and the net is HP9 ECW returning. Well, not that much more to add. Solid copy of all of you here. Really good signals. And regarding the reboot thing, in the earlier days we always said if you have a Linux problem, be root, and if you have a Windows problem, reboot. And yeah, one of my best stories is when a customer called me and told me her screen is not working. And then I was goofing around with her and asked her, is that damn thing turned on? She told me yes. And then I said, well, turn it off. And then she said, hold on. Apparently turned it off, and well, it works. Then I told her, okay, then keep it turned off. But yeah. And changing the clock, yeah, I have to figure out if that's a plus or a minus for me. But I'll be here. Thank you very much for doing it, and 73 y'all, keep smiling, love you all, and hope to catch you on the next dance. This is HP9ECW, returning it back to net control.
All right, Simon, thank you so very much. And I just presumed that you were doing NetLogger since you were here, and I have 20. QSL?
That's affirmative. I just got 20 check-ins as well.
Thank you very much, Simon, and thank you for everything you do for us, too. And as Simon said, there is a net on Sundays, 3:10:01, same time, 7 o'clock Eastern time, but don't forget to change your clocks. And with that, we are going to move on over to Lee in Illinois, N9NJS. Go ahead and take another turn, please. Okay, maybe one of these days I'm going to get him to stick around for the second round. Hi, but it isn't going to be today. So with that, we're going to move on over to Ohio and Mike, W8KDZ. Aloha, Mike. Go ahead and take another turn, please.
All right, this is Mike, Whiskey 8 Kilos Delta Zulu from Cold, Ohio. Good here, but yeah, other than that, nothing else. So I'll pass it back up to you, Julie. This is Whiskey 8 Kilos Delta Zulu, 73s, everybody, in Aloha.
All right, Mike. Well, fine business. I'm glad you got it all working again, and that means we're going to expect to hear you, and maybe we'll hear you up on Sunday's net as well. Thanks for joining us today. Always great to hear you, and I'm glad you finally got everything back together. And with that, we are going to move on over to WB8SKP. Dennis, go ahead and take another turn, please, sir.
I'll try to get in here a little more often, Julie, now that I remember to go make sure the hotspot is working and everything goes back in shape again. This is good. everybody is sounding very good, and everybody's audio is nice and clear, and just about all the same level. I must say, Kentucky's had a pretty good representation into your net tonight, too. So take it away. Back to you, WB8SKP and 73 to everyone.
All right, Dennis, and yes, thank you very much. And yes, Kentucky is the #1 check-in place. Hawaii comes second only because all of my family are hams also. But other than that, Kentucky takes the #1 spot for check-ins in this net. But I'm just reading because I know your club has an uber amount of members, and I think I've only gotten maybe I've gotten a fourth of them. I don't know. I'll have to check and see how many Kentucky check-ins we have gotten. And speaking of which, we are going to move right on over to KN4 IRN, Stephen in Kentucky. Go ahead and take another turn, please, Stephen.
Hello again, Julie and everybody. Yeah, last weekend, some of our club members and friends went to the Ham Fest at Cape City, and then some of us volunteered for the Special Olympics Polar Plunge, where a group of people that raise money and then they go plunge into the freezing Kentucky lake. I would love to be one of the plungers, but I volunteered to help, so that was a blessing. I went over and got to serve donuts and coffee, and then worked the changing tents to make sure those didn't get too many people in at one time. So fun times there. Did pull a muscle in my back. It's a reoccurring injury, and so now it's got a nerve pinch. But if that's the most of my worries, then I'm all right. Went and had a little therapy on it yesterday, and got a chiropractor appointment scheduled tomorrow. Snow this weekend, and digging a hole and putting the base of a antenna tower for a lady in our club. So it's going to be a busy weekend. Aloha, everybody. 7-3. I'm going to turn it back over to you, Julie.
All right, Stephen, thank you very much for all you do and for the volunteering. And I saw during the tornado how your club reacted and all. You guys have one heck of a nice club there in Kentucky. Unfortunately, here in Hawaii, we have a little tiny club here. It's basically my family and a couple other hams because there's not that many of us here in the area. So unfortunately we take what we can get. But you guys have a wonderful group, and I really enjoy you guys sharing with us all of the things that you do. Take care, Stephen, and we will talk to you hopefully on Sunday. With that, here at the bottom of the list, second time around, I'm going to stand by one more time for any late check-ins, any questions or comments. Please come with your call sign now. This is WH6 FUW. Okay, nothing heard. I would like to thank each and every one of you for being here today. It's one of the highlights of my week. Maybe it's the highlight of it. It is the highlight of my week. Hi, unless I get something uberly good that's chocolate, and then that kind of takes precedent over everything. Anyway, I really do appreciate all of you being here, and I really appreciate you sharing all of your stories. And I do believe it was Dennis. If I'm wrong, that it was Dennis, but I think it was that was talking about the camaraderie. That's what ham radio is all about, and that's what these nets are all about. And we wouldn't be here if it weren't for all of you. So thanks again for being here. I'm going to say 7-3, aloha. Stay safe. Keep smiling. I love you all, and I will talk to you all on Sunday. Don't forget to change your clocks so that we can all meet at the same time. This is WH6 FUW, now closing the 3:10:02 Wednesday Aloha DMR Net at 54 minutes past the hour. Stay safe, all. WH6 FUW out.